Have you ever felt like you're constantly reacting to everything? Texts, emails, headlines, notifications, as if you're being pulled in 100 directions all at once? What if I told you that this modern obsession with staying on top of everything isn't a sign of control, but a fast track to burnout? That's the trap so many of us fall into. We equate responsiveness with productivity and busyness with meaning. But from the Stoic perspective, this kind of constant reactivity is not just unproductive. It's a recipe for misery. Let me break this down for you. Epictetus once said that all of Stoic philosophy could be summed up in two words: persist and resist. Persist in what serves you. Resist what weakens you. While we often talk about the do's, the principles to live by, the actions worth taking, today I want to talk about the other side of the coin. Because just as powerful as what you should do is knowing what you must stop doing. These aren't random habits. These are patterns of thought and behavior that quietly sabotage peace, strength, and clarity. They're things I've had to work on myself, deeply. And I've seen firsthand how letting go of them changes everything. So in this episode, we'll walk through 8 things that Stoics simply don't do. Not because it's trendy, but because they know that peace doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing less of what doesn't matter. Let's begin with the first don't, and it's something that quietly ruins so many lives without ever being noticed. 3. Don't chase approval. We all want to be liked. It's human. But there's a point where wanting approval becomes a trap, one that quietly steals your freedom. Stoics saw this clearly. They taught that living for applause is the fastest way to lose yourself. Think about it. How often have you doubted your own work, your own value, just because someone criticized you or didn't respond the way you hoped? Marcus Aurelius gives us a powerful exercise. He says, think about the person whose opinion you're letting affect you. Who are they really? What do they value? What have they done with their life? Often, when you do this, you realize this isn't someone you even admire. So why let their voice override your own? It's insane, he says, that we love ourselves more than anyone else, yet we value their opinion more than our own. That's why Stoics don't look outside for validation. They measure themselves by their own internal scorecard. Not Instagram, likes, not retweets, not office gossip. Just one question. Did I live by my values today? So don't hand over your self-worth to strangers. Keep it where it belongs, with you. 4. Don't seek revenge. Someone wrongs you, lies about you, takes advantage of your trust. The natural reaction? Get even, make them pay. But the Stoic response is different. It's stronger. It's quieter. Marcus Aurelius said, the best revenge is to not be like the person who wronged you. Revenge feels satisfying in the moment, but it chains you to the very thing you're trying to escape. It keeps you stuck in the cycle of pain, resentment, and ego. Seneca put it even more bluntly. You wouldn't return a kick to a mule or a bite to a dog. Why do it to a person acting from ignorance? Stoicism teaches this powerful truth. You were not harmed if you were not corrupted. Yes, people will hurt you, disappoint you, but you have a choice. Do you let it poison your spirit, or do you rise above it untouched? Real strength is walking away clean, with your dignity intact, your peace unshaken. You don't need to match their ugliness. You don't need to win. You already won the moment you refuse to stoop to their level. 5. Don't let the world hijack your morning. What's the first thing most people do when they wake up? Check their phone. Emails, texts, notifications. The news, bam. Instant chaos. Before they even take a breath, they've already handed over their day to the world. But the Stoics would call that madness. Marcus Aurelius warned us, don't be jerked around like a puppet. Yet that's exactly what we do when we let the outside world dictate our state of mind, before we've even had a chance to center ourselves. Your morning is sacred. It sets the tone for everything that follows. So here's the shift. Don't start your day by reacting. Start it by grounding. Read something that strengthens you. Reflect on your priorities. Move your body. Sit in stillness. Just be before the noise arrives, because once you give your peace away in the morning, it's hard to get it back. You don't have to start every day from behind. You don't have to let someone else's email define your worth. You can reclaim your morning and, in doing so, reclaim your life. 6. Don't react to everything instantly. We live in a world that worships instant response. Be available, be fast, be on it. But you know what that leads to? Shallow thinking, constant stress, and a mind that's never truly your own. The Stoics saw this long before smartphones existed. They knew that being too reactive doesn't make you more effective. It just makes you exhausted. Napoleon had a rule. He wouldn't open letters until 3 weeks after they arrived. Why? Because most problems resolve themselves. Most drama evaporates. And most emergencies aren't. When you react to everything in real time, you lose the ability to choose what deserves your attention. Epictetus said, "You don't have to let it upset you. You don't have to respond. You don't have to have an opinion. You can just let it pass, like clouds in the sky. You don't have to be reachable 24/7. You don't have to be involved in everything. You're allowed to protect your focus. You're allowed to be still, because true power, it comes from patience, not from panic." 7. Don't look for happiness outside yourself. Where do most people look for happiness? Recognition, accomplishments, money, approval, control. But here's the Stoic reality. The moment you tie your peace to something outside of you, you've handed over your power. Epictetus said it best. If you look outside yourself for approval, you've settled. You've handed your life over on a silver platter. Yes, external rewards can feel good, but what happens when they disappear? When opinions shift? When circumstances change? If your sense of worth is rooted in the outside world, you're always one setback away from collapse. That's why Stoics build from the inside out. They create their own standards, their own values, their own definition of success. Not because they don't care, but because they care about what truly lasts. Character, integrity, purpose, inner peace. Happiness isn't something you chase. It's something you cultivate, quietly, consistently, from within. 8. Don't treat philosophy like a hobby. For the Stoics, philosophy wasn't a book you read once and forget. It wasn't just something to quote. It was something to live. Epictetus said you should talk about philosophy, write about it, reflect on it, and most importantly, practice it daily. Philosophy is a discipline, a mirror, a compass, and the more you engage with it, the more it engages with you, shaping your actions, your choices, your habits. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional. You don't need to memorize 1,000 quotes. You just need to remember one principle and live it, over and over again. That's how you build a Stoic life. Not in theory, in practice. If you're still watching, that tells me something. You're not here to be entertained. You're here to grow, to strip away the noise, to live better, stronger, wiser. So let me ask you, which of these 8 don'ts do you need to let go of right now? Which one has been quietly holding you back? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what landed with you. And if this video sparked something, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a daily dose of clarity and strength. Here at Daily Stoic Habits, we're building a community of thinkers, seekers, and doers, people who are serious about living with purpose, not just talking about it. So join us. Ask better questions. Live deeper answers. We'll see you in the next video.